G'day, lads and ladies, gentlemen and women, females, and the male counterpart. It's your boy, Fletcher Kendall here, and today I wanted to discuss topics on just what my thoughts are at the moment in terms of okay, you have free time. Let's say you have some time to yourself. Let's say that you've got nothing to do, and you're hoping to be able to develop yourself or improve yourself and gain some building blocks. So here's some things that I do in my free time that I always think improve my skills. So one of them is going out and talking to people. So social skills are incredibly important in life. And so the ability to just sit down and talk to someone new, it could even just be a friend, is incredibly important to be able to socialize with everyone. Because in the end, a job is people orientated. It doesn't matter what job you go into, it is always going to be filling in a want for people. So if you can understand that, therefore socializing and being social and understanding how to talk to people, how to introduce yourself, how to hold yourself is incredibly important, and to be able to connect. They always talk about this rapport that I heard all the time in sales. Sales being one of the top skills that seems like everyone's focusing on, being like, oh, you need to learn sales, you need to be good at sales. Sales is the most important thing. In the end, saleship is just connection. It is being able to make a person laugh. It's being able to produce a feeling within them that they may need this object or they may want this object and they're trying to sell it to them. So being able to develop that, if though you have problems with introducing yourself to people, such as many people talk about their social anxiety or how they get nervous when they're talking to people, that I always say is a belief problem. Because I was listening to a very informative one about it, but your self-talk becomes yourself. What you say I am to is what you are. And so what you believe that you have is what you will have. So if you say I am socially anxious, you won't be able to go out because you will believe that socializing gets you anxious, gets you nervous, which is ridiculous. Because every human being loves to talk to people. Like, I get so excited introducing myself to new people. So much so that it almost looks like I'm nervous. Especially since I go, and that's okay. So, I've always thought, I did speech and drama for the longest time, since I was, young. I got put in for 10 years because I had a lisp, a strong lisp. I used to go spit flying everywhere. And I'd get super nervous when talking in front of a crowd. Until someone told me that it's not nerves, it's excitement. The thing that you're doing is exciting to you. Your blood is flowing fast. Your focus is becoming narrowed. Your hearing, you're fully focused on this one task. Your thoughts cannot stray from it. So you get excited, which sounds very similar to nervous. It's just how your attitude changes to it. And it's an incredible thought, and it changed my entire personality almost now, where I was like, you know what? Oh, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. And how exciting is that? So if you change your belief about what you are, so if you say I am socially anxious, just say no, I'm socially excited. Build that block. And if you are so crippled by your excitement, then a simple method is simply by writing. One thing I like to do, and if I'm not feeling up to talking to people, to be able to provide energy, to give them a smile, I write. I mind dump, I ask questions to myself, I talk to myself, I figure out my values and beliefs, and I refine my ideas. All the time. All the time. That should be a constant process that you are talking and being friends with yourself, which is a tough call to have. So, with that, you develop better diction, better well, not vocal control, but you certainly can develop better vocal control by speaking out loud to yourself or recording videos. But you'll definitely develop better sentences, better precision with your ideas. So start writing. Even if you're not socially nervous, you can talk to people, still write. Because when you're in a social situation, and I'll probably talk about this later, like I read Dale Carnegie's How to Make Friends and Influence People. Incredible book. Highly suggest reading. It is on my shelf always. Here it is. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Absolutely. Like, I think everyone on YouTube I've ever heard, it's like this book is always in the top 10, even top 3 of books that influence people's lives. But that leads on to my next thing. When you are bored and you have nothing to do, read. Reading is so powerful for any person, and a lot of leaders suggest reading. Now, when it comes to reading, why is it so good? Well, there's reading to learn, and then there's reading to earn. And then there's the other one, which is just reading for fun. Now, why I think reading is so powerful, like especially today. Reading wasn't as important back in the 1920s other than to learn and earn. But now reading for fun has been almost completely, like, you mostly just read for fun now, because you could, instead of reading, you could just listen. And reading, like listening, or reading to learn, reading to earn, like there's no point when you could just listen to something at 3 times the speed. So then it comes to reading for fun. Or just any reading. Like, if I talk to people and ask them what's the most recent book that they've read, and I say you can't say Facebook, they get lost for words. And that's because reading is hard. Reading can be very challenging in today where we have constant distractions. Like right now, you're on a YouTube video. How long have you been on YouTube for? That's an interesting question. Like, you could sit down and scroll through videos, and just listen to them and then do something completely different. Reading, you have to be focused on the words. Otherwise, like sometimes my mind will stray and I'll be mouthing out these words, but I completely missed what was being said because I cannot focus on other things while I'm reading. Like, I've tried reading and cleaning. It's very challenging because I cannot focus on the book while I'm, So my suggestion is just pick up a book that you find capturing, like you just find amazing. And usually you'll end up finishing the book very quickly. My one for intermediate and advanced readers is always James Clavell. Highly suggest. Very incredible historical fiction that I just absolutely demolished when I read his first book, Shogun, because I was very much a Japanese fan. I love Japanese history, mostly because of anime. Yes. I don't think there's a problem with saying that you like anime anymore too, so that's good. But yeah, if you're bored and you have nothing to do and you're wanting to improve yourself, socializing, journaling or writing, and reading, very key pinnacle things that you can build yourself up to. Now, if you find yourself, that's it, there's nothing else to do. I do those things already quite regularly, and you're looking for something a bit more challenging. Well, set yourself a challenge. Get yourself a project. Set yourself a task that needs to be done. There is nothing better than being able to set your mind to something that is challenging. So, for example, mine could be go for a 10-kilometer run. I haven't done that in a while. I've only done like once or twice that I've run 10 Ks. But yeah, that could be something that you focus on. And things will distract you, of course, and you will get tired. But achieve it. Just small goals. Like, sit in an ice bath for 8 minutes or something like that. Like, I went down to my local store, and bought ice to make an ice bath. So sit in it for 8 minutes. Like, challenge yourself. Get a project going. And so overall, though, they're my 4 suggestions. The 4th one being very vague at the moment, but I will be delving deeper into another video of that one because I think it's quite important to discuss what could you do to challenge yourself. But anyway, thank you for listening so far. I'm amazed. So have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.